The whole theme of tonight's class is all about positive psychology again, but this time we're trying to turn positive events in our brains or negative events in our brains into positive events. And there's a really interesting study out of Harvard that looked at the way the human brain receives negative experiences, and it actually takes 5 positive experiences to get rid of that one negative experience. So if one bad thing has happened to us, like someone gives us the finger when we're driving, it takes five positive experiences for us to feel good and happy again. And then this researcher gives like a 4-step plan or process to help us turn negative experiences into positive ones. And the essence of this is to literally like relish in positivity. And I have a French student who I've been seeing for the past year. She's in her 30s, and this is her whole life. Like everything is she says it's a very French characteristic too. She like eats her ice cream and she's like, oh, it's so good. She like screams and swears when a yoga pose is difficult. You know, when something feels good, she sounds like she's having an orgasm. Like she really, really relishes in the positive experiences of life. So in tonight's practice, I'm inviting you to do that. When we do like big hip openers and it feels really good, we're going to take 10 to 30 seconds and we'll hold them for a long time to fully bask in those experiences, to really focus on the positive and try to literally like wash over the negative stuff that's lingering in our mind's eye with this more positive energy. And the argument is that we can actually change painful memories and replace them with positive memories if we try to do this intentionally all the time. So let's start with a little meditation. You can sit up on a block or a bolster and close your eyes. Legs are crossed. Take a long, deep breath in through your nose. And open your mouth wide to exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. One more breath in. Breathe in, breathe in. Take an extra sip of air. And then breathe out and let that breath go. And now I want you to think about one really, really positive experience that you've had recently. Something that really brought you joy. Remember that experience. Remember what it tasted like or smelled like. What did it sound like? And most importantly, how did it feel? How did it feel? And can you recreate that feeling of that positive experience in your physical body? If it was eating ice cream, maybe you're imagining the taste or the texture of ice cream against your tongue. And for the next 2 minutes, I want you to just try to really relish in that memory of the positive experience you've come up with. Feel it, smell it, listen to it, and try to recreate it, try to re-experience it. Notice if distractions or negative experiences are starting to run in the background. And then visualize yourself literally like pasting that positive experience over those distractions, over those negative experiences. As though you were making a scrapbook and you're putting the happy-go-lucky, fun, playful photo of yourself over top of that one where you were sad. Feel the feelings of that positive experience again. Where do you feel it in your body? When you think about it, when you describe it to yourself, where does it live inside your body? Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide. Exhale with permission to be dramatic. Ha, like enjoy the exhale. Ha. And then pull your hands together at your heart and set the intention to over-experience the positive moments in this practice, to overindulge in the good stuff. Blink open your eyes, remove any props from under your hips, and come down onto all fours. We'll start with an activity called spinal flossing. This is my favorite thing to do. So when you begin on all fours, drop your belly, loop your shoulders back, lift your heart, your chest, and your gaze. You're creating that cow spine. Now, as you puff between your shoulder blades on the exhale and create your cat spine, can you also sink your hips down towards your heels, reach your hands forward, and settle towards child's pose? Change your mind about settling and start to slither your body forward with that dip in your back, pulling yourself up into your back bend, that hammocked spine. As the exhale comes in, puff again between your shoulder blades, let your head hang heavy. Your big toes can touch and melt your body back into this really temporary child's pose. Do this 3 more times and think about doing it sensually. Really, really enjoying it, like your body is moving along a bed of silk. Once you've done 3 full cycles of these deep spinal undulations, melt your hips down towards your heels in child's pose. Stretch your hands forward and press down through each of your fingers. So my hands are lifted, my palms are lifted, but my fingers are rooted. And now take a big breath into your upper back and make a sigh, a really vocal release here. Crisscross your palms to walk all the way over towards the right. Push the floor away with both hands. You're still up on the fingers. And start to shear that left side of your body. Patiently move over in the other direction. Press your palms into the earth, stretching now the right side. And then park your hands back ahead of your body, pull yourself up and return to all fours. Stamp your palms down, extend your right leg back and keep your right toes on your yoga mat. Right toes on your yoga mat, and just push back through your right heel. Push back through your right heel. Your right toes are on your yoga mat. Slide forward and peer over the top of your mat. Push back through your right heel. Slide forward. So just pulsing out, stretching out your calf, your right calf muscle. And now return through neutral, bend into your right knee, lift your right foot up. Good, so your right heel is lifting like you could stamp your footprint on the wall. Lift it up, now bring that knee in to meet the left knee, open it up and take a great big hip circle. Keep moving 3 big hip circles like this in both directions. So if we were a car, this would be adding a little bit of oil to our rusty parts. Switch directions. You're literally lubricating your hip joint. Good, and after that 3rd round, can you step your right foot forward between your hands? You're still on your left knee. I'm noticing that my wild cloudy pants are blending into my yoga mat, so I hope you can tell my legs and my mat apart here. Bend into your right knee, extend along your left thigh so you start to feel work along your left quad. And now pin down through your fingers, roll your shoulders back, inhale, lift your gaze up. And as you exhale, round into your spine, walk your hands back, lift up your right toes and look towards your navel. Just like before, we'll flow here. Inhale, bend into your right knee, drop your belly, lift your chest and gaze up. Exhale, walk your hands back, drag your hip back towards your heel and lift up your right toes. Targeting your hamstring when you come back and your left quadricep when you come forward. Last time here, let's hold in the hamstring stretch. Drive your right toes towards your face. Inhale. Exhale, hinge. Place your palms down on either side of your right foot and step that right leg back. Good. Take your left foot, place your left toes on your mat and start to pump back through your left heel. The simplest and best way to stretch your calves is these little pulsations, and you can make it bigger if that feels better in your body, or keep them short and quick movements. You choose. Toes on your yoga mat, heel pumping back and forth. After you've taken a few movements there, bend into your left knee so your foot could stamp its print on the ceiling. Lift that foot up, puff a little between your shoulder blades so you're not collapsing in the front body. Good. And now bring your left knee towards your right knee. Take a great big circle here. 3 circles in each direction. Go slow, savor the sensations that you're feeling in your body. After your 3 pulsations in each direction, step your left foot between your hands. Extend that right leg back so there's a nice angle on your right leg. And on your fingertips, maybe with your hands on blocks, if you have short arms, you can inhale, lift your heart and chest up. And as you exhale, drive your hips back, walk your hands back and pull those left toes towards your face. Quadricep stretch as you come forward. If you don't feel it in your right quad, draw your tailbone down. And a hamstring stretch as you pull back. Pull those toes in. One more time and then we pause. So come forward, pull your shoulders back, lift your heart and your chest. The exhale brings your hips back towards your heels as well as your hands, but stay here this time. Perk up your chest and then really collapse forward and feel that shearing of tissues along the back of your left leg. Lift your gaze up, plant your palms down and step both knees back. Flex your feet, puff between your shoulder blades, lift up and back into a downward facing dog. When you get there, bend deep into your right knee, root down through your left heel. Inhale, exhale, ha. So which side? Push down through your right heel, bend into your left knee. Inhale here, and exhale. Now bend into both knees so they hover just above the floor. Look forward and start to hop. Start to hop. These little silly hops seem so simple and actually create so much work through the back line of your body, your hamstrings, your hips, your legs, your bum. 2 more big hops. And then walk your feet all the way forward. Inhale, lift your heart halfway. Exhale, fold. Drop the tops of your hands towards the floor. You might need to bend your legs to do that. Let your head drop and hang heavy. Maybe shake your head yes or no. And now really bend deep into your knees, almost as though you're about to squat in the woods. Start to unravel your body, bring it all the way back. Notice the big shift in blood pressure. Don't focus on that. When you get to the top, focus on this full, clear breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, swoosh your arms back behind you. Push through your feet, come back up to stand. We'll do that 2 more times. Over exaggerate. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, as you reach your hands behind you. Slowly inhale, pull it back up. 1 more time. You're roaring almost like a lion here. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, slowly release it all down. Now press your palms into your shins. Feel the sensation of your shin bones lengthen through your spine. And as you fold, plant your palms and step into a high plank position. Puff between your shoulder blades. Look forward. If that's too much, you're on your knees. Breathe here in this really strong and steady place for 5. Engage your legs. 4, engage your glutes. 3, push back through your heels. 2, reach forward through the crown of your head. And on 1, bend your elbows in so they touch the sides of your body and release to the floor. Take your fingers outside of your yoga mat. Step up onto all 10 fingers. Push down onto all 10 toes. Inhale, lift your heart and your chest. And just like we did in those initial spinal undulations, can you just free ride a little here? Maybe rolling your gaze and your head to the right or to the left. Unraveling your spine based more on intuition and what feels good than instruction. You have about 10 breaths here to just play with these back bends. The next time your body ripples down towards the earth, leave it there. Rest your head on your hands, close your eyes and feel. Slide your palms alongside your body, flex your feet, push yourself up and back into a strong downward facing dog. Keep your left foot rooted. Inhale, stretch your right leg high. Bend your right knee, open your right hip towards the right. Feel that big extension through the front of your hip. And now step your right foot inside your palms. Scissor your inner thighs together. Inhale, reach both arms up. On your exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Push your palms down, lift your chest up, look up. That's your inhale. Listen carefully. As you exhale, hinge forward, maybe just a few inches or perhaps all the way down to that thigh where you might stretch your arms up behind your head. Lower your palms to meet your lower back if they've lifted. Take your left hand to the inside of your right foot and start to reach your right arm up. You can absolutely drop your back leg here. Inhale, stretch your fingers wide apart, really savoring and exaggerating the strength and opening through your right side body. And as you exhale, take your right hand down, pull your right leg up and find downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward to a high plank. Exhale, slowly bend your elbows, lower all the way to the earth. As soon as you get there, roll your shoulders back, lift your heart and your chest. And with the exhale, release. Flex your feet, press down to rise back up. Here's downward facing dog again. This time, stretch your left leg high, bend your left knee, open that pelvis towards the left. Really drive down through your right heel so you feel that stretch in the left outer and front hip. And now methodically step your left foot and plant it between your hands. You're never using momentum. Inhale, come up. And for a brief second, lift your arms, open your chest, and then instead interlace your hands behind your back, plug your shoulder blades in, rise up through your heart center, inhale. Exhale, hinge forward by any amount. If you've lifted your arms up over your head or your shoulder line, lower them back down to your hips. Drop your right palm to the inside of your left leg and then scoop your left arm up like it's the most delicious movement you've done all day. Your right knee can be lifted or dropped. Take a big breath in, take up space, take up more space than you think you should. Exhale, release your left hand down, pump your whole body back into that downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward to a high plank. Exhale, bend at your elbows, lower halfway. Inhale, pull everything through into upward dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Breathe here for 5. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Look forward, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. If you have a sensitive left knee, place something, a blanket or a bolster under your left knee, and come down onto your palms. Take a breath in. You've been here before, but in a yang shape. This time we'll hold the pose for a little bit of stretch. You might come down onto your elbows. You might opt to wing that right leg out towards the right. But you're pausing here and holding here for 2 full minutes. Starting to really get into the more subtle tissues of your outer hip, in and around your glute. If you're winging your leg out towards the right, you'll absolutely feel this through your inner groin. And can we use this shape, this particularly frustrating shape, it's called dragon for a reason, to start practicing a layering of positivity over negative experience. So one researcher refers to our brain perceiving negative experiences are like Velcro, and positive experiences are like Teflon for our brain. So our brain really holds on to the negative experiences and the positive experiences just slide right away. So as you linger here in this pose, anytime your brain starts to feel bored or frustrated or angry, starts to self-doubt or critique, can you see that thought and then layer on top of it your positive experience you started practice with. Just paste it over top of those thoughts. And it might seem trite or silly, but just make believe for today's class. 1 minute here in stillness and silence. Take 3 more breaths. Pull in that positive experience and breathe out the negative experience. Walk yourself back up onto your hands. Start to lean your hips back towards your left foot and drag your right foot with you. Set your prop out to the side. Either take child's pose or downward facing dog. 3 breaths in whatever transition shape or shapes. You might choose just to move and slither your body around between sides. When you're ready, drop down onto your knees again. Support your right leg if you have a sensitive knee joint, and step your left hand toward or left foot towards the outside of your palms. I always feel like this is good training for Twister. I've started playing Twister again since my toddler is now 3 and interested in games. And I feel like this pose is exceptional when you're trying to get across the Twister board. Inhale, lift your heart in your chest. And as you exhale, you can choose to stay here. This is a lot of work, or you might dabble with coming onto your elbows. Or maybe you place a prop under your arms and come onto your elbows with that prop. Your left foot can stay rooted, or you perhaps open out onto the outer edge of your left foot, activating that stretch through your groin, your quad, and your outer hip. Breathing in and out through your nose. Can you find on this side something really positive about this particular moment in time? Focus on that. 30 breaths, just savoring the positive aspect of this very moment in time. Counting down 3 more long, soulful breaths here. slow can be. Lift yourself up onto straight arms. Send your hips back, drag that left foot back, remove your prop out to the side, and do whatever feels good. No rules, anything that your body feels like it might enjoy, take that movement now. Come to lie down on your back. Hug your knees in towards your chest and just rock side to side. Take a knee in each of your hands and create circles with your knees, easing out any tension that those long held shapes can create. Switch directions. And now stamp your right foot down on the floor. Place your left ankle across your right thigh. Either keep your right foot on the floor or interlace your hands behind your right thigh. You could also, if you had a strap, and I don't to demo, but if you wanted to get the calf of your right leg and your left hip into this, you might bind a strap around your right ball of your foot and anchor that up. So pull your toes in to stretch the calf as well as the hip. But if that's too complicated, just marinate here in thread the needle pose. Take a long, full, expansive, passionate breath in. Sigh, out through your mouth. And drop your right foot down to the floor, unwrap your left leg, take your feet mat distance apart, and like windshield wipers, just rock your knees from side to side. Return back to neutral. Place your right ankle across your left thigh. Find a place for your palms, either bound in front of or behind your left leg. Play with where you settle. So instead of just settling in the shape when you get there, it's always good to move around. Really, really slowly until you can find the Goldilocks position. So it's not too hot, not too cold, just right. Breathe here. Take a few more breaths here. Gradually release from the shape. Unwrap your legs, step your feet wide, and swiftly move your knees from side to side. Eventually, straighten out your legs, straighten out your arms, turn your palms to face up, and lie flat in final Shavasana. I'll lead you through a guided meditation before giving you some space for silence in Shavasana. But first, can you close your eyes, take a big full body breath in, relish in landing here in this state of stillness and bliss. Exhale to soften. Now bring your awareness to your feet. Bring your awareness to your feet. And can you remember a positive experience you've had with your feet? I slipped my toes in the sand this weekend, and that was a very positive experience. Can you remember a very positive experience around your feet? And now move your attention up towards your legs and try to recall a positive experience you've had with your legs. Maybe a deep tissue massage after feeling so much strain and stress. Maybe that feeling of new muscles breaking old patterns after a big workout. Or the way your legs relax when you slip into a warm bath. And now bring your attention to your pelvis and think of a positive experience around your pelvic floor. Maybe you built and grew babies here. Maybe you've had extraordinary sensual experiences here. Think of something very positive around this place in your body. And we're starting to imprint these positive memories on our physical parts. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Move your attention now up to your stomach. Can you savor the memory of something positive around your stomach? Again, maybe growing babies, maybe eating delicious food, maybe getting a nice belly massage, or diving into a pool and that sensation of your tummy connecting with water for the first time of the season. Notice if negative thoughts come in and paste these positive ones over top. Move your attention to your chest. Can you create or remember rather a positive experience around your chest? And now move your attention to your lips. Replicate, remember a positive experience your lips have had, a kiss, a popsicle, a chocolate cake. Move your attention towards your eyes. Can you now recall a positive sight or vision that you got to watch and see with these eyes? A moment of deep connection with a lover or a friend or a family member, a sunset, a whale jumping or a dolphin jumping. And now take a big, big breath in. And as you exhale, imagine a waterfall washing all the negative memories, negative thoughts away and replacing or repackaging them with these instead. Relish in these positive experiences for one more minute. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Package up this positive experience of Shavasana and take it with you. As you inhale, stretch your arms up overhead, reach your toes and your fingers long. Exhale, sigh, roll onto the right side of your body and curl yourself up to a cross-legged seat with your hands resting at heart center. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Bow your head into your hands. Thank yourself for practicing. And I thank each of you for practicing. Have a beautiful night.